The doors open, revealing a soothing melody, along with warm, slightly muted lighting, set that sets a rather relaxing ambiance. Immediately inside rests comfortable chairs to either side, where men and women sit speaking with each other in light conversation, perhaps building up the courage to venture further. Fine wooden
Ooh.
staircases, with similarly blue runners, lead up to the second floor, but are barred with blue ropes. Along sapphire carpet splits the sides and leads towards the desk. There, a very tall, rivaling Scarlett's height, um, a very tall back, or sorry, a, in a tall back chair, a very tall woman in
Ooh.
fine silken robes, open just enough to draw one's eye, though they might get distracted by the pendant of a tiger's head that lays on her chest. It has amber eyes and bordered by oh
This woman sounds hot.
yeah
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Scarlett's like poking Tony on the shoulder and like bends down and just like, she's really pretty.
let's see.
Tony accidentally mutters, "Smash shit."
While still holding Tony by the shoulders. Same.
Yeah.
Do
roll,
I have
roll for initiative. Try.
I think I was stabbed. I think I was stabbed by.
You really want me to do that? You know what my initiative modifier is, right?
No.
No,
Plus 9.
that's fine. You could roll shitty and I can roll good. I'm just determining order for who gets to make the pass at the lady.
Oh, there's no common encounter.
the pendant has ember eyes and is bordered by lacquered fibers, perhaps fur. She appears in her early 20s, ebon-skinned, round-faced, as she smiles, which for some reason is slightly unsettling. Not unsettling like the like when you encountered Thaddeus. Just kind of makes you a little nervous.
Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That just made it harder.
It could be her slightly. Could it be her lightly longer incisors?
Yes.
Her face is framed slightly with reddish brown hair, curly reddish brown hair, as you approach. Despite her jovial appearance, stormy gray eyes give a sense of something else held at bay. She's tall, even sitting, it's easy to tell she stands over 7 foot in height. Greetings, friends. I am Frowena. What is it you seek from within Madame Blanc's walls? She
Smash.
speaks with a low, rich tone.
Smash, 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 smash. Just
I was instructed not to talk.
I ain't talking here.
She looks over Snoke's shoulder, just like, "Are your friends coming? There is room."
Yes.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm sure if they get inside, they will soon.
Twice already.
Okay.
What do I owe you?
I'd like to say yes, but you appear to have struck them dumb. I'm sure you're used to it.
Indeed. Many find trouble finding words, especially their first time in the bordello.
Struggling to find words. I just don't want to get kicked out.
Well,
I struggle to find words outside the bordello. That's nothing new for me.
you see, I got a bit of an it's probably a pretty common request, but it's of some importance.
And that would be
You have somewhere we could talk business. We need to see the map.
everything within these walls is business.
A little bit more official than your usual fare.
With anyone in particular.
the madam.
I see. And do you have some notice of introduction, proof of your business? We're not in the habit of letting everybody who demands business with the madam to go
Does
speak with her.
did the note have any symbols or iconography on it that would have been noticeable?
The closest thing would be the initials on the bottom.
Um,
But the script with which it was written looks pretty unique. Wait, what's your
Well-
profession?
I am an urban bounty hunter.
Okay, so you would know based on your profession that something that written in that style would stand out from the general everyday chicken scratch.
I'm gonna pull out the note, but stand far enough back that hopefully she doesn't read it over, and I'm like gonna pull it out, covering up the name at the top. It's like, well, I have a letter from her.
She goes, "Oh," and holds out her hand with a knowing smile.
I'm afraid it's very particular who's allowed to see it.
Unfortunately, without direct proof that she has summoned you, I cannot let you up. Otherwise, I would no longer be her second.
Well, we appear to be at an
Okay,
impasse
none.
then. I'm gonna fold up the note and put it away. I'm not going to try to be difficult with you, but it is rather important. And I will note, I didn't say we were invited.
Scarlett
Scarlett.
will step forward. And she's gonna be like, would it be possible for you at least to just ask her if she would see us?
You
Can,
she might see on her own. Are you looking to change professions?
Oh,
All right, goddammit. All right, goddammit. I was gonna be
no,
quiet.
no.
Shut the fuck up, Snoke. I got Miss. How's it going? You're lovely. You're absolutely lovely. I know this is all business.
And
If
your
you could just
scales
go
are
tell-
quite shiny yourself.
Thank you, thank you. If you could let your madam know that we have a message from Thaddeus and his horse. That they can't
Snoke is
deliver
just
for
gonna throw
themselves.
his hands up in the air.
That's fine. See, you're trying to be diplomatic. This is all business here.
Her eyes narrow
No,
a
I'm
little
trying
bit.
to not get us stabbed.
And
About to fight this whole
from
place.
the out of the back of the chair, like it was sheathed there, is a great sword. And she
Pretty
sits
great
back
sword.
down and rests across it. I am not aiming this at you. However, you seemed a bit more hostile than my average potential client, and those that were sitting around just kind of they get up and they get out.
All right, maybe I should speak up.
Oh.
I hate this so much.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. All of my friends are going to try to mitigate this situation. I was more hostile. I am more hostile. I can get more hostile. I have no intention of doing that. Certain words were just said that instigated a certain anger inside
Which
me.
words were that, my fine small reptilian gentleman?
He's rather protective of his adopted daughter.
Oh, you. That was no offense meant. The madam found
Ma'am.
me in a state years ago. So,
Delaware.
yes, something like that.
Look, look, ma'am.
So
Ohio.
I was uncertain because not everybody looks for a change from time to time. If you two are partnered, I meant no offense.
Look, ma'am.
No, I totally understand. I had an emotional reaction. I'm now pushing that emotional reaction aside and having an intellectual reaction. So I will let my friends who are better with words use those words.
That
I
is
know.
probably a very intelligent thing to do.
Look, ma'am, I know that you have a responsibility, and I understand that you are not supposed to just let people see her, but this is I am not putting it lightly when I say that there may be lives on the line. Could you at least see if she is willing to entertain us?
To do that, I would have to bring her the letter, which would require me to see it.
How about instead?
If it makes you feel any better, when she is gone, I run the business. So all letters go through me in such times. Fortunately, she is here.
Fine.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here's my insight. 14.
Oh, 14. She looks like she's telling the truth, and Snoke's 24. She's absolutely honest.
No, I suggest we find a different means of proof.
Yeah,
As
we're gonna need it.
I do apologize. My compatriots have definitely been scurrying around some information. The mention of Thaddeus was important. The horse, not so much.
Actually,
Thaddeus and Aaron specifically, we have
Roll
have
me
no,
a persuasion check at advantage, but finish up your wording.
Thaddeus and Aaron. There is some concerns and communications that are directly associated between them and her that really cannot be discussed with anyone else. It is we would not be doing our job well if we were to trade that information with anyone, regardless of their position.
actually, I'm thinking about this.
So
It's
as
possible
he's
based on the
talking, the
contents.
lot of you can roll me a perception check.
And that's my persuasion with advantage, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm
Please
thinking
tell me you
about
got nat
this.
one.
Oh my god.
Oh, she is so distracted by the titties. Scarlett has had a sexual awakening.
Oh.
This has moved something in her.
I
So
rolled a nat 1 for that.
So-
Everybody's
yeah,
staring at titties.
so is Ari.
I'm thinking about this actually.
Tony rolled a 13.
Giving her the note might not actually be that dangerous.
So
could
Trico
be.
notice at the mention of she didn't do this when Thaddeus was previously mentioned, but Aaron's name when it was brought out, you saw like a little twitch in her face, like an annoyance.
Oh, so
at
you
the
know
mention
the
of
guy.
his name. Oh, we are familiar with him here. And
I
her
believe
smile looks a little more strained, less pleasurable than
more business than casual.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That is
Fuck
the
it.
true. That is the true concern at the moment.
I'm handing over the note.
Ah, damn it.
She takes the note and looks at it. And she
Find a
hands it
goddamn
back.
blade. Thank you. Thank you.
I will be right back.
Hands
Damn
on.
And
I
No.
didn't want to give her the note because
I
then
know.
that leads into the idea that we know what that note means, and
There's
now they're on
no-
guard even more.
I understand, but I can't think of a single piece of evidence that we have that we could present that wouldn't have swords drawn on us immediately if they weren't involved. If they are involved.
so she gets
In
up
worst case scenario, we could just toss one of those coins around. I think
and
we
departs.
have one left.
Yes, I know. We can do that anyways.
Oops, that's
At
the
least
wrong
with
person
this,
that
it might get
departed.
us inside in the door first. The
Or
only other
stab from a distance.
the only other pieces of evidence we have are the chunks
We don't even have those. We left them with the Enchantress.
Well, that's assuming Tony didn't pocket one, but yeah.
The idea of Tony just having slurpy goop in his pocket now.
Speaking of which, now that you mention that, I'm gonna put the goggles on.
You weren't already wearing them?
No.
Scarlett drank the potion.
I have put them on your sheet, Snoke, and attuned you to them.
Okay.
This could go south very fast.
So, is anything lighting up?
Nothing currently.
All right.
Oh, did you take the action to light it up for an hour?
How many times can you do that?
Once a day.
Oh,
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
we're sitting here waiting for an hour.
The other is you roll a perception check and you can add a D4 to it. Because there's only one person in the foyer with you right now.
Well, okay. I guess I'll do that then.
Because Frowena poked her head inside and had somebody come out and take her place.
My other concern is that she said she needed the letter to show to Madame Blanc and instead handed it right back.
Yeah, because what you can infer from that is she was expecting a letter of introduction, which is something more formal and usually addressed to a specific person.
Yeah.
This is different.
By a little bit.
This is, we intercepted a letter meant for someone else that could be potentially incriminating for everyone involved.
So you don't notice any wonkiness, no glows or anything like that.
Can I look around to see if anything's like... Can I be on guard, basically?
Yeah.
Take my alert feet into action?
Yeah. After
Tony's gonna hop up and sit on the desk like a fucking little kid with his legs just sitting on the desk.
the lady sitting there kind of leans forward. She's far smaller than Frowena. She's
Respect.
she's like 5.5 feet tall. She's elvish. Appears to be not. She doesn't have the muted ears of a half elf. But she's there. She's like, "Can I help you?" And she has light conversation with Tony while Frowena is gone for about
That's dangerous.
10 to 15 minutes.
Not particular. Have you ever seen a dragon?
Yes, I have.
Never mind that.
They're very large individuals.
Yeah, they're pretty big. My like 15th great grandfather was a blue dragon.
Oh, I could see that your scales are a little shinier than your average reptilian person. And
Being very
Frowena comes
respectful.
back as they continue. She takes out this coin. It looks like a silvery color with a stylized bee, and she hands it to Trico because he's the one who rolled the persuasion check. She's like, one of you, she's willing to see one of you. Madame Blanc offers her hospitality. And she takes out gold-colored coins. They don't hold the weight of like a normal copper or gold coin, but she hands them to each of the rest of the individuals. She offers the hospitality of her home to the rest of you until the meeting is concluded. And she waits.
Well, I guess one of us should go, but Trico, you're the best one for this, but you also specifically said you don't want to be the one involved in this conversation. So,
But the conversation has shifted from my general form of persuasion to more diplomatic conversations.
I
which
guess
I
the
can't
other half of this is if things go badly, who is most likely to be able to get out of it and
You.
get word back to us.
You.
Uh,
And you're
So-
the one wearing the goggles.
I theoretically can get myself out of the situation, but it is riskier.
it is between you and me either way. It's a half dozen of one, and it's 6 of one and a half dozen of the other.
We are still trying to keep things diplomatic here.
We are.
So going in expecting things to go south does not bode well for diplomatic conversations. There is a level of trust and
Actually,
there is a level of trust required in order to have any diplomatic conversation go in the way that you hope.
can I have a counter argument against for you? You are the best one to talk when it comes to higher society. You mentioned that.
Yes.
My profession requires me to interact on a social level with the more underbelly of society, which I don't know if this would qualify or not, but I would lean on the side of it being that way.
Unfortunately, due to the information I know about this place, this actually is higher society. This place holds more prestige than the Silver Billet.
Not for the specific thing we're here for. The specific thing we're here for seems to be more, not necessarily criminal, but criminal adjacent.
That is fair as well. As I said, I'm not against the idea of you going in, but I do want to know that while if things go south, I would not be able to handle myself. I would be able to get out to find someone else to handle it for me.
Okay. Votes from the other three, because I
believe
we're
the other
both
three
good
should decide
choices.
at this point.
I think we're both good choices, and I don't know who. I would probably be better at getting out of it, but you're capable of getting out of it. You're better at talking to people, but I'm capable of it, just not as good.
Right. I believe in a best case scenario, I'm the one we want in there. And in a worst case scenario, you're the one we want in there.
Yeah.
Which is the tragedy of the situation, the duality.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tony?
That interrupts him. He's fully engaged in conversation with this other one. He's like, "Yeah, chocolate, right? It's so crazy. Who would have thought a kobold would be making chocolate in this little town? Things didn't really work out. That's not a story we're going to talk about. I'm sorry, what? Huh?
Should Trico or Snoke go talk to the madam?
Oh, I mean, depends on what they're expecting.
That is the concern.
See, here's the thing.
Thank you
always
for
plan
reiterating everything that we have been discussing.
Ari?
You hope for the best, you plan for the worst.
I say we send the talker in there because it's gonna be a little bit easier for him to talk himself out of trouble and talk all of us out of trouble. Maybe.
Let's do have left. Hang on.
Also, here's the thing.
Oh, no, I'm
Here's the
good, I'm
thing
good, okay.
Here's the thing I don't think we're considering yet is that diplomacy here may be just putting all of our cards on the table and trying not to pretend, trying not to hold anything back, and trying not to keep an upper hand. All we're trying to do is find out why commoners are going missing and why the girl that we were hired is going missing. If they have some sort of thing going on, maybe we just need to have a discussion about like doing it in a safer, more sustainable way.
True.
Like maybe not.
But
Maybe not just eating random people.
But still, that requires a certain level of elegance in wording things in a way that says you have your cards on the table while still palming a couple.
Oh, yes, then don't send me.
Yeah, no, we're not doing the Leander thing.
No, we're not doing 50 card pickup.
A bit worse.
I think Trico, you should go.
But also, it's apparently
Okay,
been proven that me and you and I don't have great track records when it comes to democracy and shit. So,
Of the two of you, who wants to go the least?
technically Trico. I
Technically,
think.
Trico?
Draco should go.
Okay, then I vote for Snoke because if you don't want to be there, then you're not gonna negotiate very well. If Snoke has less desire to not be in the room, then he's gonna perform better.
I guess there is the other part of it of if our speaking skills is the best case scenario, then we're assuming that they're willing to cooperate, which means it's less necessary.
I
to
will do
rely
it.
on
I
them.
will take the ring to Mordor.
No.
No.
You just wait. You don't have to take the ring to Mordor. You can spend time with the hot secretary.
No. I've got the perfect solution. Snoke, you and I tried to persuade each other. Whoever rolls better on persuasion wins.
Hell yeah!
There you go. There you go.
There it is.
All right. Damn it!
17 for me.
Wait, what are you trying to persuade though?
What does it say? 1d20 minute.
Min of
what?
10.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, duh. Because I have one of my bard abilities is I can't roll below a 10.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right.
So were you
So-
trying to talk each other into going, or trying to talk the
No.
other into?
We were
letting
trying to
you go?
decide which. You won the persuasion. The question is, which way were you trying to persuade?
I'll go.
Okay.
It's more a matter of whoever rolls better kind of determines how the conversation that was going to go
Yeah.
in goes.
Yeah.
Like if you
All right.
if you beat me on that, you go.
All right. So you're going, and I don't know. I'll try to make sure that I'm closest to the room so that, if shit hits the fan, you can maybe grab me first, and I could.
As much as enjoying the
First.
rest of the establishments goes, having one, maybe two people who are not enjoying the establishment would probably be best.
Yeah.
I love the idea of both of you going because I'm gonna do something so fucking stupid when you walk away.
So no,
Scarlett,
what
you're
you
in
need to do is
charge
you
of
need to turn
Tony.
invisible and just follow me in.
She's just like, uh-huh.
I can do a lot of things. Going invisible ain't one of them.
Ooh, I can go invisible.
For how long?
Actually,
Wait, you could turn into a mouse, right? You
Oh,
could turn into
shit!
something teeny.
Oh shit, yeah.
Turn into a spider. Turn into a
No,
spider
okay,
and crawl
cool.
up.
So Try goes in and just has
Hey,
just
fuck.
As
Oh,
a
Ari with
mouse.
me in
Try.
like
Well,
my
mouse
pocket or
it.
something.
give me a second.
Mouse it.
Wait, I think
You
it's
know
an
what,
hour.
Trico?
The thing is,
If
this is all
Trico, if you
happening
want
in
a
front
line-
of the receptionist.
Yeah,
Try.
this is really Trico. If you want to have Ari turn into something small and then pretend it's your familiar.
Wait.
There, yeah.
Try
But-
if you're
but also,
going.
I could
I
just-
have a trick for you.
I could just be invisible.
Did I already? You should take my tankard of sobriety.
I don't think that will be an issue for me.
I-
But
I want to do the stupid thing. Can I
can
do
be
the
in-
stupid thing? I want
I
to do
can
the
be
stupid
invisible
thing.
for an hour.
Message me. What is the stupid thing?
I want to know what the stupid thing is.
Well,
I'll
I'll
definitely
tell
be
you
wearing
then. Around the table, the stupid thing that I and Tony want to do is turn to the secretary, hot Dommy Mommy, and be like, I don't know why these two guys are fucking pretending like look, we're just here to talk to you about the mimic situation in the city. Everybody in this fucking room knows there's a mimic situation and it's centered on this place, okay? Like, who's pretending here, okay? They just want to talk about that, and then we're all like, oh, we want to talk about Thaddeus. Oh, we want to talk about it. Fucking mimics, okay? Like,
as much as I love the idea of Tony doing that, I also feel like Tony's not that dumb because we did have an agreement with the fucking enchanters not to mention the mimics.
did we have an agreement not to mention mimics at all, or not to mention that they are like not standard mimics?
At
I-
all.
I believe that you guys had the agreement to not mention it at all. Try hadn't had that agreement, which is why he said it to the gnome.
Okay.
The only reason Try
Okay.
gets away with this because he didn't have Try and Ari never made that agreement.
I feel like you get away with it until they find out about it, and then they're just gonna hold us responsible anyways.
Yeah, fair.
It's not a magic contract. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not an agreement with the Fae.
I don't know. It's an agreement with a
I think
mad
Try
wizard.
just needs to go.
Try. You go. I'll
So
I'll-
Ari,
I'll stay
Hey,
thrust.
Kolos, do or do not. There is no try. Been waiting so long for that.
Damn it.
How
I'm done.
how wide are the doors here? I can't hear
Oh,
you.
is that
They're
Dobby
double
Mommy?
doors.
Oh.
They're double doors.
Pretty close.
Oh, Scarlett's absolutely a lesbian. 100%.
Snoke is absolutely straight.
Or
maybe
I is
bi.
absolutely pissed off that he can't compete.
Ha!
She's one of the few that can look you like directly in the eyes.
Question: Are
All
we
right.
alone at all in this room at the moment? Did we get left alone?
No, because she had somebody else stand in at the desk, and because Tony was sitting on the desk having a chit chat with her.
Okay.
I
My
guess the
second
question
question
is,
is
does-
how are y'all wanting me to go with him if we aren't alone for me to
I think he
act
just
on
needs to go.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you can transform into like say a spider or something and crawl under the door as I'm going in, or hang on to
But
my
there's
back or
a-
something.
but there's a person watching.
Yeah, at the moment.
But I can just I can do something better.
Okay.
I can pending I allowing this ruling be invisibly wild shape. Because
That
wild
was
shape
shape
another
spells.
thing I was concerned.
wild shape isn't a spell. So you go invisible first and then wild shape.
Invisibility is though.
Right,
No, this is a racial feature.
Oh.
Class feature?
Racial. This is a racial
That
feature.
doesn't make any sense.
Mark of the shadow elf.
Marks are
Hold on a second.
Everon stuff, if I remember right.
Oh.
Because if you cast this, even if you cast the spell first, does wild shape break concentration?
No.
No.
So it wouldn't be an issue either way. If you cast
Wild
the spell,
Well-
even if it was not a spell.
I'm
It
saying
is
if she turned into a creature first, she wouldn't be able to cast the spell.
No.
And the other way
So
around,
this
go
is
invisible
casting
first,
the
then
spell first, and then going invisible first, and then wild shaping.
So what we have is Ari walks behind Scarlett and then just doesn't show up again.
Oh, shape shadows. Oh wait, no. That's I don't see that under your the species traits.
Yeah, a second.
Invisibility is there, but it's saying casting.
so
Oh.
the wild shape feature specifically says using wild shape does not break concentration.
Right, okay.
Oh no, that wasn't the part I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay, so the way that I've seen this ruled in the past is shape shadows was they used it as a trait rather than just the like
Gotcha.
they used it as a trait because well one
Oh,
it is
it is a trait,
yeah.
but it gives you an innate spell casting.
Yeah.
Which is still spell.
Does it say it's a spell-like ability sort of thing?
No, it
No,
says
it's just a spell.
you can cast the invisibility spell once per long rest,
Oh, okay.
or
It's
the
like-
cantrip
it's like
minor
the,
illusion, right?
It's like the Eldritch invocations that allow you to cast spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel like that.
That makes
But-
sense.
Yeah, going invisible first and then wild shaping.
Yeah, if you just walk behind Scarlett, who's giant,
Or-
you disappear from everyone's view anyways.
Okay,
Or,
good.
and also someone could
I
just
think he should just go by himself,
Yeah.
not do any weird.
because that also runs the risk of us being found out and dying.
Yeah.
The part
Yeah, if
that
someone has true sight.
the part that sucks is I'm attuned to the goggles and you're not. You would need an hour to change that.
And they've
Then
already
have
been
Snoke
used.
go.
Have
No,
Snoke go,
I
And
did
then
that.
just
just yeah, whoever
You
has
did-
the
because
goggles.
you can
go.
disengage. Yeah.
Right, but I can also get out of it. So
Yeah.
I think
But it's more
I
about
think
the
in this
goggles.
case-
It's the goggles.
right. I think in this case, because it is a one-on-one, if things start going
Presumably.
south, Try leaves immediately, and out going as long as Snoke is nearby, that gives us the opportunity to like tag in, sort of.
Sure.
He can
Yeah.
use the goggles to see who is a mimic, if anyone is a mimic, and that will determine like how this is going to go. The moment things go south, Try is out of there.
Just, be careful and don't touch anything.
Y'all hear Tony counting.
Okay.
He's counting
I'm-
down.
I'm gonna
He's
go.
at 15, 14.
Yeah, all right. Go.
13.
Go. We'll be
So-
here.
Try is going to be the one to use the silver coin and hand it over and be like, I
Alright.
will be the one. After
9,
much deliberation.
8, 7,
You'd think we'd never done this before.
5,
You think we just met 3 days ago?
Yeah, I know, right?
4.
No, Tony.
What has Try done with that token? Is it because if we're still standing around and Tony reaches 1,
No. Try
He
was walking over to
okay.
Rowena.
to Rowena and handing the coin over like, I'll go speak with Madame Blanc.
She's like, you hang on to that for your duration here. And then she leads you on upstairs.
Miss
All right.
Elvin.
Yes.
Oh no.
This is not for me. I'm asking for a friend. Is Rowena single by any chance?
We're all single.
Excellent.
Or taken.
No.
If you see us talking with somebody, then we're taken.
Well, that's true. Right? Yeah. And,
I-
whatever the moment requires.
Indeed. Was that it?
Yeah, thought I was it.
Um,
I'll climb down
you
off
can
the
stay
desk.
here
I'll
and-
climb down off
and
the desk
talk.
and clean the spot that I was like sitting on because my ass was on her fucking desk. Sorry about that.
She's like, you can stay here and speak with me, or you can head on in. And she motions to the curtains on either side of her.
Whatever Scarlett wants to do.
I imagine Scarlett's still staring at the stairs as they left.
She
Yeah.
as she walked up, and then she's curious now. What is this place?
Whoever Scarlett wants to do. I'm sorry. I mean, whatever Scarlett wants to do.
Wait, does Scarlett ask what is this place out loud, or is she just thinking that?
She probably would ask like what this place does.
Oh,
Oh no.
a lot of things, and you
The
know
lady
what?
sitting at the desk gives her the look like, "Oh, honey."
I bet you that if
Bless
you
your
asked,
heart.
I bet you if you asked the nice lady at the desk who just walked our friend up to talk to the madam when she comes back, she'd be more than happy to show you.
If you could afford the time.
We can afford the time now, and I hold up the gold token.
Mm-hmm. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, my internet lost connection for a second, so I wasn't sure if my thing
No,
went weird.
Scarlett's innocence makes her seem very vanilla, but it looks like she wants some chocolate.
Tony turns back to the elven woman at the desk, who I'm sure he's gotten her name at some point, and just like low enough that no one else hears it but her. But if anyone did hear it, it would be the most uncharacteristically fatherly tone anyone has ever heard, and just like, they grow up so fast.
She nods slowly. Indeed, they do.
Scarlett's gonna wait around for her to come
For
back
Reyna?
down. Mm-hmm.
And oops.
Okay.
And her name, I will put in here. Where's
I feel like the reason why Try isn't happy to be here is because he's like tried applying for a position like
It's been
12 times
rejected.
already and been rejected every single time.
It's because you don't play well with others.
Try is attractive. He's not hot.
So there is her name. Did that come through?
Fear Vray.
There we go.
Came through to me.
Sweet.
Yep, I see it
Where?
In the game.
in the chat.
Oh, okay, my thing freaked out because I lost internet for a second. So give me a second.
But you are left to go in, find a seat, order drinks, and mingle as you like.
Scarlett is gonna stay and wait for Rowena, and also stay close-ish to the stairs, I guess.
There's a
case she
chair right at
hears
the like.
Anything?
Which
Are we
stairs
not-
did they go up? Okay. Snoke is gonna go to the bar and pull out his tankard of sobriety and just, you know, he's gonna act like he's enjoying the services, but he's going to be staying sober as a stone.
The tender comes over to you and looks and goes, it's generally bad form to drink your own drink.
It's my lucky tankard. It's seen me through more fights than I care to count. And
If you have something specific, I'm sure we can find it.
oh no, it's empty. I was hoping that I could just have whatever you have on tap and just drink out of this.
Yes, we can. Ales, beers, wines, hard liquor, whatever tickles your fancy.
Do you have
Hard
something?
liquor, I barely know her.
Do you have something a little bit sweet with a kick?
Got some fairly sweet wines that are aged nicely.
Yeah, for Rowena,
I'll
she
take
headed
that.
upstairs.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
you don't know how hard she kicks.
I'd be
I
willing
know.
to find out. I mean, what?
I know how hard Scarlett kicks, and I can make assumptions, general assumptions based on.
You can
height.
deduce.
Y'all don't have.
yeah, I'll take.
Y'all don't have a.
I'll take some wine.
Yeah, she will
I may be the only bard here, but I'm
She
not the
will-
only one acting like it.
take the tankard from you. Or it's a flask, yeah?
No, it's a tankard.
Tankard. Ah, yeah. She'll take the tankard from you and she'll go and fill it and bring it on back.
Sorry.
Perfection.
Tony and Ari,
We are at 3 hours. Do we want to take a break and pop back, or do we want to go for it?
whatever you like. We can take a break, pop back, finish her up because we're nearing the end.
Do we want to wrap up where everybody is first and then take the break?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be sitting in a chair here because Ari just kind of doesn't want to be in a building. Buildings are weird.
There's the
Yeah,
stables.
no, they're boxes. Made
Oh wait,
of
there's
wood and
stables. Where are
stone.
the? Oh, there are stables. Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Goodbye.
You mean there's a place without people?
Reindeers are better than people.
Mhm.
Yep. And
They locked me in a room.
yeah.
A rubber room. A rubber room with rats.
The rats made me crazy. The Ari made me crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be-
There's somebody in here and she's out kind of taking quiet time, it looks like. She's giving sugar cubes to the various horses.
I am not going to interrupt her. Can I roll stealth? It's not like intentional stealth. It's more of like I came to the stables to not be interrupted, so I assume other people come to the stables to not interrupt. So
We need to
You
create
can
a
do
thing
that.
called passive stealth, because there's you know you've had
well,
moments
there
where
is
like you
passive
weren't.
stealth here, and it's 15 for me.
Hey, there you go. You know that moment when you like come around the corner and like you're not trying to sneak up on
18.
somebody, but you happen to, and they're like, "Oh my god, where did you come from?" That's passive
Yeah.
stealth.
Mm.
Yep.
There should be,
So
no, there
you
should
make
be
it
a
in. You
feed
don't
for that,
appear
like
to
Raven
be
Step or
seen
something.
Mhm.
or anything like that. So you're
Cool.
Probably half of the stables have horses in them. The center aisle, it looks about wide enough to fit a carriage through. You would imagine potentially you could drop somebody off without them being seen outside. They could be dropped off here and enter in. Is their entrance into the building over here?
I feel like there is probably fuckery afoot in here, but like, maybe.
I mean, that is what this building is for.
Indeed.
Are all the stalls filled with horses too, or just
About half.
the ones with hay? I'm assuming.
Yeah, we'll say the ones with hay have horses in them.
Those goggles might be useful right about now.
Yeah, that'd be pretty freaking useful.
I mean, Druid's got beast speech and stuff like that too. So
you have druidic, right?
I do? I have beast speech. I do have beast speech. All right, I'm a do the druid thing and turn on the beast speech and ask the horses if they've seen anything suspicious or any horses that aren't actually horses.
they're all happy as a clam. They don't understand horses that aren't horses.
Isn't that just people?
All I can imagine is the ball.
Yeah, basically, it's
nothing suspicious here. Just us cows. I mean, moo.
There's, a couple of the humans or the bipedal. A couple of the two-legged folks I've seen walk around on all fours, but
Oh.
Oh my.
it's a little weird.
I bet you've seen that a lot around here.
Nay.
Bah, bitch.
I mean, with all these horses and the premise of the building, I'm sure there's quite a few people who enjoy the saddle.
And the whip.
And if they're feeling especially fun, a wooden horse.
Ari's gonna turn into a cat.
Trico's an expert at the reverse cowgirl.
I'm gonna say roll me a sleight of hand on that.
Okay.
And save a horse.
Because there's a whole
save a horse, ride a bard.
Don't suppose I could
Save
roll
a horse,
stealth
ride a druid.
instead.
I mean, if the
Yeah,
druid
I
becomes
think
a horse,
stealth would be applicable.
Great. Is it actually great? I can't see the thing yet.
It says 15.
This isn't bad. Have a +5 to sell, so no, 6, so that's a 9.
She doesn't seem to notice.
As Cat Ari's just wandering around as a cat and catting and doing cat things, scratch at this door and act like a stray cat that wants to go inside. Cause what group of people doesn't want to be a part of the cat distribution center?
Well, I mean, there's a likelihood that they have cats around to keep rodents and stuff like that knocked down. Both in the barn area.
Ari, go kill a mouse real quick, and then bring its dead body up to the door, like every stray cat brings the dead animals up.
Well, first I'm gonna try pawing at the door to see if that gets me access.
Hunts down a mouse. The mouse turns to goop.
So as you're pawing and mewling gets the lady's attention.
Just some real pitiful.
And she reaches down and picks you up. She cradles and coddles you and scritches you behind the ears and on the tummy. She's like, well, have you gotten yourself locked out from hunting mice in the cellar? and she seems to dote all over you. She's like, once I'm done on my break, we'll get you. We'll take you inside and we'll get you something. And she continues to use a single hand while cradling you to give each of the horses, pats on the snout and sugar cubes and stuff like that. She will eventually take you inside.
Okay.
Tony, what are you doing?
I
Who are you
am
doing?
imagining. I'm imagining right now when I hold my cat over my shoulder. He does this. He has one paw. He sticks his entire arm out, and we call it the paw of justice. He just has his paw sticking out. I'm
So
imagining
what
our
mine
cat.
does, what my cat Harper does is like when I hold her and she's going like over my shoulder, she just kind of like flops and like she's just kind of dead. And like
Yeah.
even if her arms are out, they're still flopped. And that's what I
Mhm.
imagine this cat doing because it's super freaking cute.
When
And
I was younger,
also,
my cat Shadow used to do something similar, except
reference.
he would flop over my neck, and I'd wear him like a mink.
I look like that cat.
Yes.
That's the cat right there.
Yep. Tony sees Scarlett go sit down and is going to go sit catty corner to her, like I put him in the seat. But
Catty
he
corner?
does ask the catty corner, exactly. He does ask. I kind of imagine, because I can't pronounce that name just yet, that he probably he's like fi. Like he
call
does
me
the I can't
Fi.
pronounce your whole name.
Fee, fi,
Fi,
fum.
perfect. Y'all, you got a fight club, a fight pit in here anywhere?
Sure, there's wrestling somewhere.
They've got mud wrestling.
Bye, snoo, death, bye, snoo.
Some of the individuals do comport themselves a little more roughly.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not talking.
Oh
Now
yes.
here's the thing: are we speaking euphemistically? Because that's not what I'm talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no. Non-euphemistically, is there anywhere that people just punch each other into unconsciousness? I mean, non-euphemistically and non-sexually. Because
But
I was going to
100%
ask if there was.
consensually.
I was going to ask if there was a place for fisticuffs, but that could also be a fucking euphemism.
Maybe in the back alleys of the warehouse district?
Oh, okay. So you don't have one here. Okay.
No.
Where has
Jesus
this?
Christ.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah,
If
no,
you
I'm gonna
want
go
to
sit with
get
the.
beat on a little bit, I'm sure Froina could oblige you later.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
my
please.
I think my young
She
charge
grins.
here would.
She knows you're not talking about that, but
Yeah. The thing is, I think my young charge here would actually enjoy that. So I'm gonna go sit with her and just hope to God the talk don't come up.
right.
Oh,
Did
Tony,
you
this
want
day
me to
was coming.
see
This day
It's
was
been the best session yet.
coming for you.
if you would prefer any company while you
No,
wait?
I'm gonna keep. Nah.
Okay. You could
Yeah,
also come over and sit by me, Mr. Bright Scales.
I mean, here's the thing, right? You could come over and sit, but no.
No, I can't.
Scar-
I have some duties right here.
I have some duties over there.
Uh,
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Everything's fine.
And that's where we'll go ahead and take a break for folks, with Scarlett staring up the stairs, just waiting.
Now, where am I? Am I led to the room?
She is leading you
You'll find
upstairs,
out.
and
Okay.
basically where she's. We'll describe it when we come back.
Okay.
Yep. Enjoy.
Well, let me go. Let me go on into the wiki and add Mr. Brightscales to
One of his nicknames.
Tony's nicknames.
Yep. And
I'm waiting for the moment where Tony makes Try upset, because I have an insult lined up I'm waiting to use.
I just feel proud
why
of
is that
myself.
not working?
I'm closer to boobs than any of y'all right now.
Fair. I like the idea that when this is all said and done, the only one who actually doesn't have a shot at getting any That's why bi-weekly is
Fortnightly,
not
I
every
don't
2
play
weeks.
that
It is on
game.
the 1st and the 15th.
Well, you could say bi-weekly is every other week. Bi-monthly is twice a month, right? Doesn't
So
necessarily...
bi-monthly, well, that would mean that every 2 months. Yeah, I consider it to, well, and if biannual means twice a year, and I were to apply that across the board, it should mean twice per any other thing.
That's why I like to say once a
Language
blue
is
moon. We can spend
stupid.
13 times per year.
Okay,
And
let's
we leave.
kill all the mimics.
We leave everybody in the foyer. Now that we're all back, and we head
Are we
to.
back recording?
Yes.
Oh, we're still streaming. Yeah,
But are we recording? Or...
Twitch records.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. Just making
Yep.
sure.
So we are back to the upstairs with
Yep.
Trico and Frowena. Upstairs, the first thing you see is a sitting area where there's a number of places for one-on-one sitting, as well as it looks like an area for serving tea specifically, with a large hallway kind of area where there's probably sofas and things like that sitting around where people can sit outside of the various rooms. There's a few of them that have doors open, which means they're not occupied. And there's larger sitting rooms. They're private rooms for groups or what have you.
Bachelor parties.
Yeah, that too. Merchant negotiations. I mean, and then some what appears to be some smaller rooms. You do see a few guards on your way in,
Gotta keep
and
things safe for everyone involved.
just in case, right? Because you never know. So Frowena goes up and knocks on the door, and you hear a voice come from behind the door that offers to let you in. Rowena opens the door and allows you to go inside. Inside, the lady of the house lounges in a shimmering blue evening gown on a couch without any shoes or other adornments. She's rather dressed down, it seems. She skims the pages of a book slowly, peering up over the edge, as Frowena casts a hard stare at Trico as she leaves the two of you behind, closing the door behind her. Once the door is closed, the woman closes her book and sits up, motioning for your guest to have a seat. Greetings, my friend. I hear you have come by some intriguing information and would like to discuss it further. Would
Yes.
love to clear up any misunderstandings that a limited amount of information might induce. The words flow out of her like a weighted silk blanket. It makes you feel really calm and at ease. It's not a spell effect. It's just her mannerisms that kind of make you
Yes,
less apprehensive.
Another colors of eloquence.
It was little wonder
Or
how
glamour,
she,
probably, actually.
to you, it's little wonder how she has been so successful in cultivating this establishment.
Yes. So there's been some concerns that have gone around town as of late that have led to rumors, which have led to requests for aid, which has led to investigations, and all roads have come to unfortunately striking realizations and information. And your not name, but your penmanship has suddenly been connected to those incidences. I am merely here to clear up any misunderstandings, make sure everyone is on happy, fun ground, and nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets in trouble for anything that they don't want to be in trouble for. And everyone can go about their day absolutely normal.
I see. Did you have the letter on you? Rowena spoke of it.
I believe at this point, since I'm going in, Snoke would have given the letter to me, I'm assuming. Snoke? No, they took it and
she
handed it
didn't.
back.
Yep.
Okay, then yeah. And I will hand the note over to Madame Blanc.
There we go. All right. She looks it over, and she folds it up and tucks it into the pages of her books.
Now, I don't know if that letter had managed to make it to the correct recipient when we had discovered it. But if that letter leads to the information I believe it does, then there's concerns for all of us, including some unfortunate news for you.
I do offer my deepest condolences to those who have gone missing and those they have left behind. Let me find where to go. Can you roll me a wisdom save, please?
$17.
So, as you're talking to her, you can feel a gentle probing of your mind. It's not brute forcing or anything like that. It is curious, tentative, something of that nature.
I will say, I plan to be honest with you. I do not see any reason to hide things in total, though I do choose my words carefully for reasons. Such as, I assume that you are confirming you are associated with these instances, as I never said anything about anyone going missing being the rumors I'm referring to.
You have the note, and I assume you are not stupid, as you
That is why I am the one talking.
brought the note here.
We-
It is a habit of ours to determine intent, because words can often be duplicitous,
100%
depending on the
agreed.
individual.
My goals here is to keep everything friendly, calm, fine, and not let anyone be revealed or hurt from this. But there is the concern specifically from one person who went missing. And I do need some form of proof regarding how they went missing, or at least a way that we can remedy it,
I see.
so future instances do not occur.
I believe those responsible were once employed here, and they often come back here for refuge. And since they came from here, I see no reason to deny them that. Unfortunately, I have seen signs that their behavior has changed. And being that you have this letter, and I know it was delivered to him, you have either dispatched him or you dispatched at least one of his compatriots.
Unfortunately, I can confirm that it was one of his compatriots. And I can even give you a name if you would prefer.
Names... You may give me the name, but I will tell you the names don't... They mean as little as their appearances do, from
We
my
had not-
experience.
We had not seek to speak with Aaron directly. In fact, we had sought out Thaddeus first. He ran from us. We pursued, trying to ask questions. He became hostile, and we defended ourselves. And then his steed also became hostile, at which point we tried talking, and there was no point. He refused to discuss with us and merely struggled and fought, and in order to keep ourselves safe, we defended up until the point that we unfortunately did have to end the confrontation.
I cannot have them endangering those that live within these walls.
Are
Have
you
there
aware
been
of
others? Other
no.
issues in the city other than missing persons?
For the moment, it is primarily missing persons. The dojo that the what was his name? The guy that ran the dojo?
Gundahar.
Yeah. The dojo that Gundahar ran had a few individuals in there of less intelligence, I suppose, and that was merely an accident of my compatriots going to investigate Gundahar himself and being ambushed. So
You can roll me a perception check right now.
nine.
So you can tell she's more frustrated hearing about this. But it's a flash. She doesn't lose composure. It's just a slight furrowing of her brow and kind of a little shake of her head. And she stands, taking a deep breath, and lets out a deep sigh.
The
She's
last
led so
important
many
detail
astray.
The last important detail to all of this that does matter is the instances of people going missing are not few, but they are far between, and are usually individuals of not much stature or not much importance, and therefore them going missing could be them simply getting tired of their situations and choosing to leave the city. Those are fine, and those are understandable to a point. Those that need to choose their meals do so with caution, usually. The last one was the tipping point, and the reason this whole lot has been discovered. They went after the Bellfire daughter.
I'm unfortunately very aware of each missing individual. As you can imagine, I entertain a number of powerful individuals here. Names
I'm
of
aware. I
which
tried to find
I
more.
wouldn't. Names of which I am not permitted to give out. It would be extremely improper of me to do so.
Of course.
So I'm aware of the rumors going on in the city, and as well as, well, the initial rumors is what led me to my own investigation, and
Real quick,
I have
by
narrowed
the
it
way,
down. Yep.
Knight, your camera's not on the stream.
Oh no!
Sorry, I just noticed.
That's fine. There we go. Hi, I see you. And she continues. I've narrowed it down. One was, I believe, the ringleader was Aaron. Unfortunately, a fun little habit of theirs is they often like to change appearances and play they've always liked to play tricks. So, the one you dispatched may have been Aaron. Or it may not have been. Aaron is a little more cool-headed and less prone to rash decision.
The
So,
running in that instance very well could have been a rash decision, or it could have been the calmest choice given the circumstances. A group of 5 people seeking you out specifically after an incident like this has occurred, I would have run.
oh, only 5
Get that, man.
people?
Did you get that message,
Well,
Humber?
One, in that specific instance, there were only 5 of us at that time.
All I'm saying is I've handled 5 people before.
Hey yo.
However,
In a crowded location with multiple witnesses,
well, yes. What's the point in having 5 people?
fair.
However, I get your point. Regardless of which one you chased, 2 of the 2 individuals that can take human shape have gone astray, we will say, and they have led a number of others of more limited ability astray with them. I do know that one of the individuals has returned, and he is in the cellar currently.
Do I have trust that you can correct his behavior? Or correct their behavior?
How much do you know about them?
Unfortunately,
Do you know what they are?
I have an idea. I may be missing details, obviously. Not everyone knows everything. But if we are no longer skirting around the bush here and we are being completely honest, I'm aware that there are mimics taking the form of individuals and objects that do not have the coding of a wizard that created them.
She inhales slowly as you say this. Roll me another perception check with advantage. And she lets it out, nodding as you say each word.
16.
That's still not enough. She is
Are you sure perception,
surprisingly-
not insight in this case? Because I'm
Nope,
looking at
this
a person.
is perception.
Okay.
Eva, check your
can see-
messages.
You can see her staying calm, but realizing that
Sorry.
you have far more information than she really expected you to have.
The truth be told, I just want to be able to turn in information that this person, honestly, if it could have been a serial killer at this point that we caught and fought along the way, and I can hand that information over, I'd be far happier. This whole mess is far more complicated than I want to deal with.
Indeed. So, a portion of information that I will give you is normally they don't eat people unless they are attacked. However, occasionally it's almost like an illness because they become consumed with devouring and devouring more and more.
I have heard that happens with any mimic in general, and that is why sometimes we find
If
abandoned
left,
buildings.
normally if left unattended, right? Normally, when a mimic is created and they're well tended, that's not an issue. In the case of, say, more evolved versions, if it can come upon them suddenly, and if not handled quickly, it's irreversible. Aaron and his compatriot are beyond any persuasion that I might offer or influence that I might exert. At the same time, it would create a considerable amount of turmoil in this establishment if I were to go down and handle the situation as it must now be handled. Because he is here, and I don't have the option of going out or hiring somebody to track him down. And since he is here, I'm told you came with friends.
Yes, those who have helped me gather information.
Would I be able to persuade you to handle the situation in my stead?
Under one condition. And it is a very simple one in my opinion. Can you can you convince one of those who seek your refuge to assist us in tricking the current government on what the result was to keep the rest of you safe?
Who have you told about their existence?
So far, only one person, and it was simply because we were unaware of what we were up against, what we were facing, and we were caught off guard, specifically that ambush I mentioned earlier. I, for professional reason, cannot give out their name as their safety is at risk if I do.
I can guarantee you it is not at risk from us. If you handle this situation, I will require her name. And
I never said I never said her.
Sorry.
Fair.
Their name.
Okay. Sorry, I'm always watching my
Bleed
words.
over.
Yeah,
Bleed
no,
over.
you're fine. I'm always watching my words just in case someone's letting on that they know more than they are trying.
If you give me their name after this is handled, I will send her a letter of introduction and we will discuss what they know and how to handle it from here on out.
Very well.
If you wish, you can be the one to deliver it to them.
I would much rather... here's the problem. At that point, it flips the script and then you're the ones in danger.
I'm not worried about one individual.
Very well. Fine, but here is what I need an agreement on, because she is the only one that knows. The government currently, the constabulary,
Inspector General.
the Inspector General has sent us to seek out this information to find out the cause. If we give them an answer that is satisfying enough, they will cease looking into it. If you can have one of your members turn into a severed head, I will convince the Inspector General to let me keep it as a souvenir for us taking out the serial killer going around hunting people. I will return them here, so they are still under your control. But the constabulary will believe that there was a random person going about hunting people, and not all of this.
We can. And what about the Bellmeyer girl?
Unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done about that at this point. That is the tipping scale, and the reason we were able to find this killer in the first place. At least that is what I will claim.
I've heard rumors that say she's run off. Did you wish to go with that story for the sake of her parents, that they might see her again, if not a story of a girl too pressured in the lifestyle of the merchant held aloft?
Based on my communications with her parents directly, I do not think that possibility would be as convincing.
Okay.
If I give them this as an option, they have the ability to mourn. They have the ability to actually grieve, and then move on eventually. There's no false hope in the air.
Alrighty. I can find you ahead.
Perfect. My compatriots will dispatch of the remaining perpetrator. And as for the person that has assisted us in finding out this information, that led us here as quickly as possible so that this could be handled as easily as possible, that is the enchantress over at the
Enchanter's Penchant.
Enchantress Penchant.
Ah. An arcanist.
She
Very good.
is the one.
I can see how you were able to get the information.
She
you
does
have.
seek more information on all of you for her own profit, for rewriting her own magic, it seems. But I'm simply going to tell her that this was a dead end.
Well, you'll have a letter to take her after this. And being that she's already privy to a considerable amount of information, it'd be hard to deal with that amount of information in a satisfying way to keep it secure. The best case would be to work with her and to control the release of it.
I believe that actually may be your wisest decision, especially if someone has gone too far. She would more than happily probably figure out a reason as to why that happens and how to reverse it through unfortunate means.
Well, she
seems the eager
kind of
type.
leans back, her elbows on the arm of the sitting couch, and she just kind of looks. I think this will work. I am grateful that you sought to talk it out. I will say you'd be doing the city a great disservice had you came in here with more violent means. I'm sure you're aware of the city's reputation.
Which is why we have handled this with care and swiftness.
The reputation is due to those that find refuge within these walls.
I
They hold
assumed
many
it was nothing.
positions all
Truth
over
be
the
told, I
city.
assumed it was not the constabulary.
Well, there's been many rumors. None of them involved the constabulary. However, weird enchantments and mind reading and all manner of things. But those that seek to do great evil here do not last long. They become a source of sustenance. And at least I aim to keep it that way for as long as I'm around.
Absolutely. So, our agreement here is, as you have the name of the enchantress, we will dispatch of the one that is too far gone. And then you will hand me a note for the enchantress, and one of your companions will take on the form of a deceased individual, and everything will be handled smoothly. I have a curious way of making sure things go a little bit smoother, but This would be the more nitty gritty one. That's I'm not sure how well it would work. That specific severed head concept. Do you know what a changeling is?
Certainly.
Would they be, if they are able to take on the form of the head or corpse or piece of a changeling, I can use that to explain why nobody's noticed this person before. Simply consider myself as bait to them, and that is how we lured them out.
I will, I think I have someone in mind
Perfect.
to handle the situation appropriately.
That is perfectly fine. As far as the individual in the basement goes, how would you like us to dispatch them? I assume that if we were just go into your basement and attack them directly, that would cause just as much uproar as if you were to handle it yourself.
It will be easier if you go down and handle it there. Meanwhile, I can ensure that others that have not fallen prey to this illness will not intervene.
Absolutely. I will require the assistance of one of my compatriots minimum, possibly two. I'm not a
You
fighter.
can take all of your compatriots.
Perfectly. Perfect. Then we will handle everything swiftly so it can be done, and you can go back to business as normal.
That would be wonderful. I had hoped they would come to me with the note. However, they've had it for several days. It is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but now everything will be handled with care and swiftness. Why don't I go work on that right now? You can work on that letter for the Enchantress and communicate with your compatriot on who will help us convince the investigator general that things have been handled.
Oh, and that coin that you have,
Yes.
you may hang on to that.
Thank you. If there ever comes a need for my assistance, I think I'll stay in town. I quite like it here.
It is a very comfortable place to be.
Yes, and I personally like to make it more comfortable for others as well.
That sounds like a lovely outlook on life. Froina, we are complete here. The door opens. And Froina pops in real quick, and she's looking very suspicious. Her very inviting look from before has changed drastically.
Is gone.
But seeing that everything is still calm, that more intense look fades. And Sonia looks to her and she's like, "Oh, no reason to look like that. Everything is fine. The situation is going to be handled." And she looks a little disappointed. She's like, "Oh, stop it. I know you wanted to handle it, but it wouldn't be right." And Rowena kind of rolls her eyes a little bit.
I will look
Fine.
over for Rowena. If you are looking for some non-sexual engagement, one of my compatriots is very fond of actual hand-to-hand, I believe, or the like. So if you're just looking for a reason to mincing words, if you're just looking for someone to fight and have a good time, I have one of my compatriots would be probably more than happy to get into a fight with you in a way that both of you end up happy at the end and without any need for the normal business matters here.
Oh, a fight and a happy ending. That sounds great.
That way, you still get some you still get to handle some of that pent up energy.
So they come back and downstairs. Beep. And Scarlett sees Frowena and Trico come back down.
Hey, he looks a lot less dead than I was expecting.
Rowena looks over and goes, "Oh, he didn't attempt to lay a hand on the lady, so there's no reason to make him disembark this mortal coil."
As we know, I am very skilled with my tongue, and I use it to the fullest of my ability.
Yeah, there's definitely other ways to make him bark.
Both Rowena and the elf lady at the Fi at the desk kind of raise a brow and glance to him. I'm sure.
What can I say? I'm a cunning linguist.
It's true. I hear he's also a master debater.
Was it one of these two that you were mentioning?
Oh, yes, the tall one.
The tall one? She likes to fight? And you see a smile form on her face. Very slowly, her eyes narrow, and she kind of once-overs Scarlett. She looks like she could put up a fight.
Just walk over to Scarlett, pat on her. I think you could take her. Oh, right,
shall
there's a
see.
fight too. I think you could fight her.
Scarlett's just blushing, and she's like that nervous quietness. She doesn't know what to say.
Pangolin
But
hands?
first, you have the madam's business to attend to.
Ah, yes. Where is Snoke?
I believe I'm still at the bar.
Yeah,
Where
we're
it
in the front
was.
room.
So while they were up talking, she has made it in, back in here with Ari.
I should totally
She's-
get a crowd of patrons around me. I'm cute as fuck.
You are sitting right next to her as she divides her attention between you and the man at the bar here. She's persuaded the bartender to give you some smoked fish.
Yeah, you're a
So-
pussy magnet.
Ari's like
Yeah.
paws up on like the counter, just like yum 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 yum, eating the stuff.
And you are enrapturing. Even the gentleman she's talking to kind of looks over, is like, she's very well behaved.
I mean, everyone enjoys some heavy petting.
I don't know why, but I picture her as an orange cat.
The guy leans
Oh.
over and goes, "She's
Yeah,
a
no, I'd be
very,
an orange cat.
very good girl."
God damn it. Hold up. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, amazing.
Alright, I'm fine. I'm good. We're great. We're great.
You'd think you'd be desensitized to that from Jackson, but you know.
You would think.
It's a different brand. It's a
Doesn't
different
happen.
brand. It's
It is
a slightly different brand.
Still not desensitized from it from Jackson, so you know. It's not
Rowena
that.
goes and she puts her sword back behind her chair and takes a seat again. The two of them sit there and talk a little bit. And Rowena goes, "Once you've handled your business, feel free to come back and we can discuss other business."
Where is your basement?
Oh.
Downstairs. Where
Check
you
out a
keep your
date
basement?
first.
You keep your basement upstairs?
It is inside on the other side of the bar. Fi here can direct you.
Is it
Very well.
flooded?
Scarlett, Tony,
Not
I will
yet.
need both of your help as well.
Okay.
Excellent.
I will
So-
explain everything once the matter
Oh, no.
becomes important.
She
No
goes,
explanation
"Is it the
needed.
type of help
Let's-
that will need this?" And she holds up her new like rope dart.
Rowena
Where'd you
kind
get
of
that?
clears her throat and she goes, keep that put away until you get down into the basement, if you would.
Oh, okay. She just tucks it back in.
It's called the Penetrator.
As she leads you across and you pass by, you see Snoke sitting at the bar. Rowena
I'm gonna tap on
Reaches
Snoke's shoulder and
out.
save him to bring.
and just lightly pats on your forearm. Just slightly. Just very light contact as you pass by, as she glances to you with a smirk, and you go on through.
Scarlett's like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
Mm.
I'm definitely going
She's
to
like looking
to,
through
like,
the room, like amazed, like what's
tap
happening in
Snoke's shoulder
here?
and be like waving for him to come with us.
All right.
So in this room, you see a number of
No idea where Ari is.
So
you see
Ari
a number of fireplaces.
is gonna be laying on her lap, like just
There you
like
go.
flopped over, like enjoying all the attention.
People sitting in the couch arrangements with hookahs and teas and alcoholic beverages, foods, all kinds of. It's very comfortable. Meals, snacks, conversation, and varying levels of closeness. Some are just there talking with each other. You can tell the individuals that work there, both male and female. And
There's some snacks. There's some
There-
snacks scattered around in here.
indeed,
There's one. There's one.
Yeah.
And,
if some of you might consider try like a 9, these people are like a 14.
and as well as the patrons, they seem comfortable there as well, extremely comfortable. They're not trying to hide their face. They're enraptured with their conversation, or lounging against one of them, or head in the lap, or something. Various levels of comfortability as they're desired, and the employees facilitate that in a very open way. Nobody's focusing on any of the other patrons in there. They're all intent on their own interactions.
There's at least one hooker there who specializes in just emotional support.
Oh, they all do. They go through extensive training.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the emotional support cat.
If you need more physical support, well, there are anchors on the ceiling for that.
Yeah. So-
Seeing all of this like lovely like comfort stuff, Scarlett's just gonna look at Tony and be like, "Why have you never brought me to a place like this before? It seems nice."
So
You know, it's rare. It's rare that I'm lost for words, but here we are, and here we go.
Can I see if,
So
if there's a
five-
theater around here? I'm looking for a cabaret.
Oh, that's
You
on
know what?
Thursdays.
Because here's the thing. Most other places that might consider themselves like this ain't like this, and we found the one.
That's fair.
She motions for you to head down in this direction, which you'll find stairs over in the corner, which lead downstairs.
Snoke, are you following?
Yes, I am.
Alright.
When I see Scarlett passing by, Ari's gonna hop back into this seat and jump onto Scarlett's shoulder.
There you go.
Fabulous.
Oh, that's where we're going. Okay.
Oh, kitty! Hi, kitty.
And
It's like
Scratchy,
flop
scratchy.
down on
Is
your
it-
Here's
oh,
my
okay, hold
cellar.
on. I need to see if she. That was not 20. She totally knows it's you.
uh-huh.
Amazing.
Something in her eyes catches you, and you're like, "Oh."
Hi, kitty. And just say it in that knowing way.
Who's a pretty kitty?
What's up, pussycat? Whoa.
So you are in the cellar.
27 times.
So this is where they keep the real good shit.
All right. Are we all down here?
Well, let's see. It's you, there's me, it's Tony, the cat, and Scarlett. So yeah, I think we're all here.
All right. So,
Y'all don't notice me, only Scarlett does.
Well, I noticed that there's a
think
cat for some reason.
I don't think Ari's here.
well, unfortunately, we don't have time to go back up and find her. We have
Scarlett
to...
just kicks Tony and then points at the cat.
Yeah, I know you found a cat. Here, let me see.
Wait, no. Snoke knows it's Ari because he's wearing the goggles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Snoke is
That's
just gonna be like, yeah.
Is it the
No.
shape changer ability?
It is not the shape changer ability.
Nope.
That was
Nope.
wild shape.
Tony rolled a 2 for a 3 on perception and/or insight. Tony's like, yeah, I know you found the cat. It's cool.
This ain't polymorphic shit. I'm physically a cat.
You can keep it. It doesn't have a collar.
I was under the impression the goggles just tell us something is not in its natural form.
Using the shape changer ability
Okay.
because it was
Yeah.
distilled from Mimic.
Fair.
It's not true sight, unfortunately.
So, I will say, I spoke with Madame Blanc.
Okay,
Uh,
you're still alive. That's good.
How many mimics do you think are in the city?
I mean, I was thinking like, he holds up his fingers. Let's see. Well, we killed 4. So
6,
Like-
really.
wait, we killed 6. Who were the other? Oh yeah, that's right.
So when
Yep.
Snoke says we killed 4, Tony holds up his hand, and he has a Simpsons hand. He has 4 fingers. So then when he says 6, he holds up 2 on the other side. So he's like, I'm keeping count.
So like, there's got to be like,
I like the
At
idea
least
that
4 more.
it's 4 fingers, and then he closes his hand and opens it back up. But there's now 6 fingers on one hand.
yep, continuity errors. And Snoke is just gonna be like, so there's got to be like, I don't know, at least 4 more.
I don't have that many fingers.
How about an entire colony?
Well, that was kind of what I
Definitely.
was really hoping wasn't the situation. But
Now,
you're
what
still
if I
alive,
told
so
you-
maybe-
I definitely don't have that many fingers.
Now, what if I told you that 99% of them were civilized?
But it sounds like these aren't mimics; they're just shapeshifters.
6 and 1/2 dozen the other.
I feel
They
like this
killing
is turning
people?
into I feel like this is a conversation that's turning into you can't blame the majority for the crimes of the minority.
Wait,
Unfortunately, that is the
Mhm.
case.
Let
Do
me ask,
you remember?
Let me ask you: are they killing people?
Yes and no.
Okay, we'll kill
me
the ones
ask-
that are killing people, and I don't care about the rest.
Well, that's what we're here to do. But more specifically, to let you informed. Remember when we were told that some mimics, when left alone, will start eating everything, and that's why we find some abandoned buildings with mimics in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Typically, that happens when a wizard stops feeding their mimics. Apparently, in these mimics that aren't being created by wizards, it's more like a disease that just happens to come across some of them, and if it's not satiated in one way or another, makes them feral.
Are you telling me that the mimics got rabies?
Yes. A handful of mimics got rabies. One of them is incredibly intelligent and has led a whole bunch of other mimics to believe that they should have rabies. And we are
Oh no, it's a rabies cult.
and we are to deal
was
with
gonna-
the leader.
Honestly, that's the most American thing I ever heard. It's like, oh, there's a preventable disease. Oh, let's all just run out and get it.
It's the fucking rabies super spreader event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we could get vaccinated and like not have a problem with this, or we could just run into the zombie apocalypse, get bitten, and turn into zombies, and everything's fine.
So here's the thing.
It'll be
Madame
fine.
Blanc
Don't worry
cannot
about
deal-
it.
Madame Blanc cannot dispatch of Aaron. We're assuming this one's Aaron. The names are non-existent, really. It just could be either one. We either already took out Aaron and it was disguised as Thaddeus, or we did take out Thaddeus disguised as Thaddeus, and but doesn't matter. Point being, Madame Blanc can't do it because she is the one keeping refuge for the civilized ones.
Okay.
We are to deal with the tainted one, we'll say, the leader, and
Taint.
and dispatch of that so
Don't
the
ask-
rest of them can stay
Don't
safe.
ask Scarlett. I'm
So-
not gonna fucking explain it.
We are going to,
I'll let Frowena explain that one to you.
as soon as we are done here, I'm gonna hand a letter to one of you to bring to the over to Enchanter's Panchit, and hand it over there for them from here, so that she may have more information on these mimics, so she can do her research better.
Well,
Then I'm going to be heading over to the Investigator General, if anyone would like to join me, to lie.
okay.
We are not
Well,
telling them about the mimics.
We
Instead, there's
have-
been a serial killer that is a changeling who happened to manage to kill a whole bunch of these people, and because they accidentally killed someone important, that is what caused them to get caught this time.
I mean, that's really what happened, though, isn't it?
Yes, but we're just changing what kind of person caused the murders.
So
Instead of it-
evidence.
Okay.
I've got a
The-
curious
the results-
question.
The results of the investigation are a changeling.
We're
I-
making this a closed case.
I've got a curious question for you.
Yes.
Aaron is tainted, yes,
Yes.
and we think that Aaron was at the stables back when we went there.
No idea.
But
I wasn't there for that. I wasn't paying attention, rather.
assuming we saw someone that looked like what we were told he looked like. Assuming that that's him and not someone else.
Yes. Madame Blanc informed me that he came here seeking refuge from something, but
Okay.
is tainted and she can't handle it. She's hired us to do so.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's the problem that I'm was going to present was assuming that's him. Hopefully it wasn't, but assuming it is, he saw what we did to Thaddeus and will know we're coming. If if he sees us, there's a good chance he's going to react before we can do anything.
Oh, absolutely. This is a fight, by the way. Just so you all know, we're going in there fully for a fight.
Okay.
so
Some
you
of you
can
may
finally use
die.
this?
That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Scarlett holds up her new knife. I can use this now.
Yes, please do.
Absolutely.
Well, not-
we are
not-
to
not right now.
dispatch of.
That can
You
be put
can
inside of a
infer
person.
that Sonia's intent was that the only way to cure this at the moment is to kill him.
Yes.
It-
We are here to dispatch of him. That
Okay.
is
Snoke,
what we are hired
Snoke.
to do. That is what we are
So,
going
Snoke,
to do.
Remember when you asked if they're murdering people?
Yeah.
We're gonna murder people. You're right.
I'm okay
yeah.
with that. I get paid to murder people.
You're like, yeah,
No.
when it's not me getting murdered, then it's all right.
Some idiot once said that if you murder a murderer, the number of murderers stay the same. That's why we're murdering more than one murderer.
Correct.
Look,
exactly.
Look, Tony,
Yeah.
bounty hunter.
Hey.
I can tell you one thing for damn sure.
Mhm.
If someone's getting paid to kill someone else, no one involved is innocent. Don't feel bad.
Oh,
for 'em.
I did forget to mention,
Oh, no.
we aren't getting paid for this.
You just said we're getting hired to do this.
Hired is a loose term. More like not getting our heads on a chopping block for this.
Make
And,
it
I
less.
feel like
worse.
I feel like our payment is not getting murdered.
and
I mean, we
not
were
being chased out of
hired by-
town for knowing information we shouldn't know.
And we were hired
just
by
go-
the constable. We're still getting
Sure.
paid by them, right?
Yes, that is true. We'll present them with information that should close the case, and everything should be fine. And going forward from now on, if more mimics such as this pop up, they are to Madame Blanc is going to deal with them proactively instead of letting them run amok like this.
You
We're
know,
getting paid in a currency called trust.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna follow you guys,
There's
but
also a good chance you get to keep those coins that we were given.
and that's fair. I'm gonna follow with your guys' lead here because I'm gonna be dead honest. I feel like I owe you a favor. You've come through for me many times so far, but if I'm now being told that the best payment I can do for doing my job is lying to the client and then shutting the hell up, I think I'm just I don't know, the bounty hunting's gonna cut it out here. I think I might be better off in another town anyways.
Fair. I feel like to make sure that we are all on the same page, I need to be
Oh,
as
yeah.
honest with you as I was with Madame Blanc.
I appreciate it.
All right. With that being said, let's go kill a changeling. Let's go kill a mimic.
Yeah.
Woo!
Be a
Okay.
mimic, please.
Correction.
Be a mimic,
You guys
please,
go
be a
kill a mimic. I'm gonna stand over here.
No.
Wait,
Oh
where's-
no, buddy.
where's-
You're coming with
where's it?
us.
Where's the mimic?
Somewhere down here. Probably.
Oh, like we just been talking about killing a mimic right in front of the fucking mimic we're gonna kill. It's like I'm
Wait.
right here, assholes. You wanna kill me?
Wait.
I'm right here.
Wait. Puts on the goggles
it-
and activates them for the next
Yeah.
hour.
I imagined we were standing outside a door.
I thought you
that
were
led
activated them
into
before.
The basement room.
No, I said I didn't. No.
Okay.
Everybody
Oh,
can
yeah.
see this area on the map.
Yeah.
Which one are you pointing at? I can see the
Just-
room that we're standing in. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The main
I can't see
cellar
down.
hallways.
I can't see down past this square.
Yeah, the light doesn't
I
go
can.
that far.
I can see
I
down here.
don't have dark vision.
Ah.
Sucks to suck.
Scarlett
Damn.
is going to take her potion, I guess.
Okay.
Or should Try have the potion since
Try just said
Hmm.
that they're not
Quarters?
going to be helping with the fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be standing in the back. You guys do that. I'm gonna
Maybe
be
you
over
could
here.
Maybe you could insult it to death.
Possibly.
Make it sad.
So
You know
when,
what?
who should
Is-
take this?
Cast
Who should take
dissonant
this?
whispers. Cast dissonant
Snoke,
whispers
maybe?
and tell it you're not angry at it. You're just disappointed in it.
Yeah.
It's getting
so
to,
when
it-
Snoke rounds
I'm
the
gonna tell a
corner,
joke and cast hideous laughter,
Oh,
so it has
sees-
to laugh at my joke.
he sees a glow here and a glow down here.
Oh no,
Oh wait, I haven't gone down the
Small
step.
glow.
Hey,
Aaron.
can you move my character for me?
Yeah, I don't know where I'm
Aaron.
supposed to go.
I'm gonna start edging down and
There you
like
go.
You're still gonna
pull
start
out my
edging?
dagger.
Hey,
No,
yo.
you-
edge.
Can you
Snoke,
move
you
now?
don't have to edge yourself.
Yeah.
They can edge you upstairs.
Yes.
I guess who has the least amount of hit points?
Me at the moment.
Yeah, but you're a cat.
Yeah, y'all don't
well,
know me.
I was gonna say that's So those are temp hit points for you, sort of technically.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
10 hit points, and I'm pretty sure I have one more wild
I
shape. So like,
Probably have the
I'm
lowest
fine.
hit points out of all of us. I'm still full health though.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm full
plan on
health
getting
too,
hit.
but Okay.
I assume
Actually-
the bard or the rogue is gonna have the lowest hit points.
Probably give the potion to the rogue then, I guess, because it's gonna be the rogue or the barbarian in close combat.
And
One-
the
One of the barbarians.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
give it to Snoke.
Okay.
Tony says give
She
it to
hands it.
Snoke and walks away.
All right.
She
fine.
hands it to Snoke.
He's gonna down it, and then he's gonna take a step back, and he's gonna sheath his dagger and pull out his short bow.
you're gonna
I can
sheath
see
your
both
dagger,
of
huh?
yous. I'm looking for Aaron.
They don't move.
I'm firing at the wall just next to the glowing box.
Remember, what he had said. She's keeping the rest of them under control.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
All right.
Sorry, real quick.
Because
Reminder.
he didn't tell us that.
I forgot that, honestly. Like, out of game, I forgot that was another thing. Those that are under the influence of that distress, that madness, basically, are also being kept here safe. So we need to avoid.
Other way around. So the ones that aren't.
Oh, aren't under madness. Those who are seeking refuge are being kept here safe.
The ones with the madness don't respond to that control, so to speak.
So I'm going to say maybe I should lead the way. I'll take the first hit and then get out of here if any of them turn out to be Aaron.
If that's the case, do you have alcohol on you?
No, of course not.
Do you have alcohol in you?
No.
I mean, it's a cellar. You might be able to find some.
Here, hold on.
I just give him the rest. What's left of my tankard.
All right.
You won't get drunk off of it, but it's got alcohol in it.
I'll hold on to this as a last case scenario, as a worst case scenario.
I'm going to. Into the
I'm
vial.
going to walk forward and walk up to the glowing. I'm gonna walk forward and basically call back to Snoke. Did you see one nearby?
Yes, you're standing next to it.
Oh shit! Okay.
It stays there. It doesn't. Nothing moves.
I'm gonna place my hand on top of the box and go, Madame Blanc sent us. You can trust us. We're looking for the one that is a danger.
It doesn't move. It stays there. Doesn't
All right.
react at all.
Put on, man.
You see my hair? It don't.
I'm gonna keep
move.
walking down then,
Okay.
Snoke is gonna keep his bow trained.
and I'm
Yeah,
blind.
Tony.
Yep, you pass the door.
Is either of these doors a mimic?
No.
Anybody
not-
got a torch?
I've got dark vision. Why would I have a torch?
I don't know. I'm blind. I don't have dark vision.
I also
Don't you
have
have
dark
an-
vision, so why would
Didn't
I
you
have a
get an-
torch?
Didn't you get an adventurer's pack
No.
when you made the character? Part of your starting gear?
Oh, sorry. It's in the backpack. I forgot everything's like sorted.
Mm,
I actually I don't think I got the adventures pack. I think I individually got myself backpacks and the stuff for inside them.
hang on a second. Hang on a second. We got hired to do a job. She sent us down into a dark, scary basement with a fucking insane rabies feral
I don't
mimic,
have
and she didn't tell
torches.
you. And she didn't tell you what room it was in. She didn't say like third room on the left or something. She said
No.
like go down there and just
No.
poke around and see what fucking attacks you.
No,
Basically.
but also, to be fair, he can't see in the dark and came into a dark cellar without a source of light.
That's
I
true.
can't see.
I
in
didn't
the
think it was gonna be
dark
dark down here.
either.
Here, put your hand right. Just put it like Tony goes back and gets her hand the
out,
size of his
touch
head
base.
and just puts her hand on top of his head and is like, just follow me. I'm your seeing
I'm just
eye
so
for
walking
catching a
forward
free
until I
ride.
hit something.
She's got one hand on his head, one hand holding her new dagger.
Oh, that's not going to end badly at all.
No, it's not. Is there any what's causing the light near the main area? You said that there's light. Is that just from the stairs?
No.
Because this is lit up.
There's a couple of sconces. One at the stairs, and then one on either side of the stairs that go up. Those lead up to a big like cellar entrance outside, so that's where they'd bring in like big barrels and stuff like that.
All right, I'm gonna take one of the torches from the sconce and walk it up to Trico.
Here, take this.
I thrust it in his hand.
All right. Is it lit?
Yes.
All
Was
right.
lit up in his piece.
Hold on a second.
Is it? If everybody's
You can-
cool, I'm
You can
gonna
apologize
open
for
this door.
stealing. You can apologize for stealing their light after we survive this.
Of course. And I don't think that they're going to complain anyways.
You're gonna open a door, Tony?
Is everybody okay with me opening a door?
We
Is
gotta
that-
check.
Can you see now?
Yes, I can.
I'll back you up.
All right. I open the door.